Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we have another very unique topic which you find in Indian classical music, and you only find it in the North Indian classical music tradition. It's not in the South, in the Carnatic tradition. You don't have that, and that's the theory and the association with ragas and time. The time of the day, or like festivities, like wedding, or like certain seasons, rainy season, and this kind of association is also very connected, of course, to what we already talked about. It's the mood, the rasa of the rag. So it's kind of the same category, and the idea actually to really go very deep into the sound and also the spiritual aspect of music, and associate the sound with a certain time of the day or the mood. I mean, it's quite easy to understand, of course, that the different times of the day, like morning, night, noon, and they all have their energy, their kind of a feeling, yeah. So like light and darkness, it's really connected to mood, of course. I mean, I'm not really using this what we are talking today, this theory about times of the day, and associating that with a certain music or scale or mode. I don't use this concept in my music, and it's also something what fades away actually also in North Indian classical tradition, because the idea is really to associate a certain rag with a certain time of the day. For example, you have these morning ragas, and the problem is, and that's already Ravi Shankar wrote about that in his book, My Life, My Music, or My Music, My Life, that the music business today, or since a while already, is really about, like, concerts take place in the evening. So you couldn't actually play morning ragas because the concert was not taking place in the morning, you know. So it really get less and less strict, and fades away more and more, I think, in this tradition. I mean, of course, you have a lot of classical musicians who are really, like, following this concept. So also when you practice, you know, or when you teach and learn, you can only learn this rag on a certain time of the day, or you can practice that only on a certain time of the day. And that, like, the whole thing changed, of course, a lot since today. Maybe like here in the West also. I mean, you go to a teacher maybe 3 times a week, or just 1 time a week, and then it's maybe early evening or late noon or something like that, and then you can't do any morning ragas, for example. So it's getting less strict, and it's not so it's not a really important feature, I think, today. But during the earlier days, it really was considered as very important. I mean, like, you still have, like, every raga has associated a certain time of the day, or some, it's One thing is, as I told you already, is about the time of the day, and this works like the concept is this concept of Prahar. Prahar is like a 3 hour time period, and the whole day, these 24 hours, are separated into 8 of these Prahars, and every raga you play has a place in this cycle of day and night. And also there are ragas which are associated with like festivities or seasons, like autumn or spring and monsoon time and so. And of course, these strict these prahars, in a way, they are just a more an abstract theoretical concept. In practical use, it's used a bit more free, because like morning, the time of the morning, for example, it changes during the year, you know. And like dawn and dusk, when like dark and light meeting, there are these dawn or dusk ragas, and this changes, of course, the actual precise time changes when that has happened during the year, of course. But you have a certain kind of a strict system, so to speak, from which time to which time each prahar takes place. And by the way, you find a graph for that these times of the day, also in the PDF, which you can download by clicking down in the description on the link. And also this helps me to this also supports this channel. Would be really cool if you do that. And there are also some more informations which I'm not talking about right now. Okay, so you have this graph when you download the PDF, and I just wanna read like one quote of Ali Akbar Khan about this time or season theory. Each rag has its own mood and its own time. You see, if you play the rags in the proper times, that mood will come. Of course, it will take some time, some practice. But if you play them at the wrong time, one day you will call for that mood and it won't come. Just like your friend. If you treat him badly, will he come to visit you? And that's also very often like a raga is seen as like a personality. And like a complete thing, like a character person, and this is very often the comparison of raga and all these other aspects. They fall into this category that it's really, when you play one raga, the whole thing gets, the whole room, the whole mood, everything gets this color, this raga. So you're really into that, and this raga is very often described also with like personalities, or like it has this kind of a mood, and it's very, very connected to also like Turkish classical music, or I think also Arabic music. It's really like a makam or raga or dastgah in Persian music is really seen as an entity, as one whole thing, which it's like a personality. All right, and also some shruti, like intonations of certain notes, are also associated with certain times of the day and also like certain notes are associated with certain times of the day. Like I don't have this concept really in my head too much, because as I said, I'm not using that. But the reason why I don't want to skip that, it's of course it is a very important feature or important concept in Indian classical music. So to really to understand that music to a certain degree, how musicians in this classical music tradition are thinking, you have to know that this concept exists, because very often when you get like explanations how a certain rag is played, or what are the features of this particular raga, then this time theory is always present. Yeah, you see, okay, that's an evening raga. Okay, that's a morning raga. Okay, and I mean I experienced that to some degree when I was studying in India. And with my teacher, Pandit Ranajit Sengupta, like an amazing Sarot master, we also learned like Ahir Bhairav, which is like a morning raga, which we really try to schedule our lessons in the morning, so that we get that connection. And I feel that it's very it's really getting to a deeper level if you think about that, and if you just practice that rag to that certain time, the whole thing gets really connected, and it's getting more lively. It's getting more unique character, you can say. You know, if you just practice one scale only in the morning, it's really everything gets connected, and it gets actually very, very strong, because you have much more things coming together, much more associations, and it's really becoming a whole, like an entity. So that concept is really important in North Indian classical music. And I think like this application for us Westerners or from different cultures is, we should just consider that concept, and we should maybe think about that when we play a certain scale, when we improvise in a modal way, and we are in a like in a Dorian or Lydian thing, and then to ask ourselves, is this more like an evening mood, or is it more like a morning, a day, or a dawn, a dusk thing? What we are doing to try to get that association. I mean, of course, to really understand and go into that concept, like as in North Indian classical music. Of course, you need some things which need to be drastically changed in your practice routine, in your concert routine, and everything. You know, because if it's a morning rag, you can only practice and learn this raga in the morning, and you can only play this rag in a concert in the morning. You know, so it's like, it really works against our way of life, our way of life also, of course, like changed our the whole music business and everything. So it's very hard to apply this concept, and that's why it also fades away, even in the North Indian classical tradition. But it's, as I said, it's an important concept. It's an very interesting concept, very connected with mood, with rasa, of course. All right, I hope you got something out of that lesson. Maybe it opened a kind of door to think different, or to be more aware about aspects which you were not before. And yeah, so if you maybe want to go more into that, please also download the PDF in the description below. And yeah, check out all that stuff. What's available in the World Wide Web, of course. I mean, you find everything there, of course. And that's also like in this channel, I'm not like giving you like a complete explanation with everything that you're really like prepared. And you really understand this very deeply, and you go really into that direction of to be a North Indian classical musician, but to show you some concepts, to see what you can apply for yourself, like in music in general. That's maybe more the idea. And I think this concept of mood and time of the day associated with the music itself gives you maybe a more deeper perspective on what you do when you make music. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. My name is Huub Hildenbrand.